Recently, Apple released a new iOS version called iOS 18, which includes a new feature called hidden folders. And we're going to show you how this works because as a parent, you might find this feature alarming and need to know what's happening on your child's phone. So we're showing Instagram here. You have to long hold on it and then you choose require Face ID. And in this, you have an option to hide and require Face ID. This will now hide the Instagram app so that when somebody searches on the phone for Instagram, and we'll show that, it just doesn't come up. So here we're searching Instagram and you don't see the app. It appears as if the app is not on the phone, but that's not the case. So now you have to swipe all the way left to see the app library, which contains the hidden folder. The hidden folder will unlock using Face ID or Touch ID or the passcode for the phone. An important bit of info about this is that it behaves differently depending on the age of your child. So if you have a child with an Apple ID and a phone who is under the age of 13, they do not have access to this feature. They can't hide apps. Children ages 13 to 17 with parental controls turned on can hide apps, and a parent cannot unlock them, but you can still see the usage of those apps in the screen time settings, and also you can see when they download apps. So that's the way that Apple allows you to still somewhat monitor what's happening. So this feature is concerning and we wanted to bring it to your attention because it now will allow your child to potentially use apps that you have limited their exposure to and be able to hide what their activity is on those apps. They might also be able to now engage in some behaviors that they otherwise were refraining from, knowing that you could access their apps. So this could be, potentially buying drugs, consuming some sensitive content, or sharing sensitive content, and even interacting with strangers or people that might be grooming them. I know this doesn't happen to all kids, but there's definitely a subset of kids that do fall into patterns of being groomed by strangers online. There are nefarious actors out there, bad actors on the web, taking advantage of these kids on these apps. Lastly, it's just sort of normalizing and facilitating the idea of hiding behaviors on your phone, something that we really want to be careful with our kids about. One great strategy, especially for the younger set of kids in the 13 to 15-ish age range, is to not allow the App Store, which is a setting you can set on the parental controls on iPhone. So if you turn off the App Store, then the kid really can't just put on an app that you're not aware of without going through you. And so we recommend that in cases where you're really concerned about what your kid is doing. And as always, our best advice here and in any scenario with your children and technology is to remain in close communication with your child. Ask questions, sit down and have them show you what they're doing on these apps. But Apple, once again, introduces a feature that makes it harder to parent on the iPhone. So make sure you're paying attention. That's the best that you can do.